My name is Allison Whitaker, and until last winter, I believe my husband's sister Jenna was the sweetest woman alive. She baked cookies for every holiday. She babysat our daughter Emma without ever complaining. She checked in on me constantly during my pregnancy. She was the kind of sister-in-law you think only exists in Hallmark movies. But real life isn't a Hallmark movie. Sometimes the villain is the person handing you a warm casserole with a smile, and sometimes the only one who sees the danger is the dog sitting quietly at your feet. It began on a quiet Thursday morning. I was 8 months pregnant, exhausted, and struggling to keep up with the house. Rex, our loyal German shepherd, followed me everywhere, practically glued to my hip. He hadn't acted this protective since Emma was a newborn. I was pouring cereal for Emma when Rex suddenly froze. He stared toward the front of the house, ears high, tail rigid, eyes locked. "Rex," I said. He didn't move. 5 seconds later, knock, knock, knock. Emma perked up. "Auntie Jenna!" I forced a tired smile and opened the door. There she was, perfect makeup, perfect hair, perfect timing. "Allie!" she squealed, pulling me into a hug. "You look so pale. You need more help. Lucky you. I brought breakfast." She lifted a glass casserole dish covered with foil, cinnamon, sugar, apples. It smelled incredible. But Rex stepped in front of me, blocking Jenna's entrance. "Rex, move," I said softly. He didn't. He stared straight at Jenna, teeth barely visible, just enough to show tension. Jenna laughed nervously. "Still doesn't like me, huh?" "That's not true," I said, embarrassed. "He's just been anxious lately." But that wasn't true. Rex wasn't anxious. He was focused, watching every move Jenna made. Inside, Jenna placed the casserole on the counter and began unpacking ingredients from her bag. "Thought I'd meal prep for you," she said sweetly. "You shouldn't be on your feet so much." "That's really kind," I said, but something about her tone felt rehearsed. Rex stood by my leg, blocking Jenna every time she stepped near me. "Can you put him in the yard?" Jenna asked lightly. "He's making me nervous." I hesitated. Before I could answer, Emma tugged my sleeve. "Mommy, Rex doesn't want Auntie Jenna here." I blinked. "What makes you say that?" "He only does that when he's scared." Rex gave a low whine, almost agreeing. Jenna's smile faltered for a split second, but only a second. "Allie, sweetie," she said, brushing hair behind her ear. "You know how protective dogs get when you're pregnant." That was true, but Rex had been protective before. This was different. He wasn't guarding me. He was guarding the kitchen, specifically the counter where Jenna worked. His eyes never left her hands. Around noon, Jenna insisted I lie down. "I'll watch Emma," she said. "You rest. I'll bring you lunch in bed." It sounded nice. Too nice. I started walking toward the stairs when I heard it. Scratch! A violent scrape against the kitchen door. Then another. Then, bang! "Rex!" I shouted, spinning around. He was clawing at the door so hard he was practically trying to tear it down. "Rex, stop!" Jenna rushed toward him. "What is wrong with your dog?" But Rex wasn't wrong. He rammed the door with his shoulder, claws shredding the wood, barking like something inside was burning. I grabbed him. "Rex, what are you doing?" He broke free. He made a sound I had never heard before, a deep, anguished howl, mixed with panic. Jenna stepped back, face tightening. "Allie," she said slowly, "you need to get that dog under control." But Rex wasn't out of control. He wasn't confused. He was trying to warn me. My breath caught when the kitchen door finally swung open from the force of his weight. The smell hit me first. Sweet, but wrong. Too sweet. Artificial. Chemical. Rex shoved his nose toward the casserole Jenna had made earlier, now cooling on the stovetop, and he barked at it like it was poison. Jenna froze. My heart stopped. "What?" I whispered. "What did you put in that?" Her face turned a shade too pale. I used my usual recipe." "You're being ridiculous." But Rex didn't think so. He growled, low, threatening, standing between Jenna and the casserole like he was defending me from it. Jenna's voice hardened. "I think you're letting pregnancy hormones make you paranoid." I stepped closer to the casserole. Something glittered faintly in the glaze. Tiny crystals. Not sugar, not cinnamon. Something else? something that made Rex push me back with his whole body. My pulse pounded in my ears. "Jenna," I said slowly, "what exactly did you bring into my house today?" She didn't answer. Her eyes flicked toward the back door, toward escape, and for the first time since I met her, her smile disappeared completely, and something cold took its place. Rex snarled, because he knew. He knew before I did. And whatever secret Jenna brought into my kitchen, it was never meant to feed me. For a moment, nobody moved. Not me, not Jenna, not Rex. Only the low, threatening growl rumbling in Rex's chest broke the silence. His ears pinned back, his entire stance screaming one message: "Stay away from the food!" My hands trembled as I stepped backward, instinctively shielding Emma behind me. Jenna didn't even look at the child, her eyes locked on Rex, pulse visible in her neck. "Allison," she said, voice shaky, "you're misunderstanding everything." "No," I whispered. "You need to tell me exactly what's in that dish." Jenna straightened her posture, forcing a steady breath. "It's just apple cinnamon bake. You've eaten it 100 times. Rex barked, sharp, explosive, cutting her words in half. He lunged forward 2 inches as if daring her to finish the sentence. Emma whimpered, "Mommy, I'm scared." I felt the same. "Jenna," I said, voice low, "Rex has never reacted to your cooking before. He has never clawed through a door in his life. Something is wrong." Her jaw clenched. "Your dog is out of control. He is protecting us." Her smile snapped. "What, from me?" I stared at her in silence. That was the moment her eyes changed. The mask slipped. The pretty, perfect sister-in-law expression melted away like cheap wax under heat. And for the first time, she looked furious. Furious that I questioned her. Furious that I didn't blindly trust. Furious that I believed the dog over her. She hissed through her teeth, "You're pregnant and hormonal. You have no idea what you're talking about." But her voice was too sharp, too defensive, too rehearsed. Rex growled again, deeper, as if confirming exactly what I was thinking. I took a shaky step toward the casserole. Jenna's hand shot out. "Don't touch that!" I froze. Her outburst startled even her. Her chest rose and fell fast. Her fingers trembled. Her voice lowered, but the panic stayed. "Allie, please, don't eat that. Just throw it out. It didn't turn out right, okay?" Rex barked again, shoving himself between her and the dish. "Why?" I whispered. "What's wrong with it?" She didn't answer. She looked trapped, like every exit was closing in on her. I lifted the foil lid with 2 fingers. The smell hit me again. Sweet. Artificial. A chemical undertone that did not belong in food. Rex snarled. Jenna snapped. "Stop!" she screamed, grabbing my wrist. I yanked my arm back instinctively. Rex lunged toward her, barking a warning so ferocious Jenna stumbled backward, hand flying to her chest. "Oh my God, what is wrong with you people?" she shouted. "You think I would ever hurt you? After everything I've done for this family?" Her voice cracked on the last word. It wasn't anger anymore. It was desperation. And that desperation scared me more than the screaming. She wasn't acting like someone falsely accused. She was acting like someone cornered. I forced myself to speak, keeping my voice controlled. "Jenna, if there's something you need to tell me now." A long beat of silence stretched between us. She wiped at her face, smearing mascara under her eyes. "You want the truth?" she whispered. "Fine." Another beat. Then, "It's Michael." My heart stopped. "What about my husband?" I said. She swallowed hard. He said you were slipping. He said you weren't taking care of yourself. He said the baby wasn't getting enough nutrients." "What?" I whispered in disbelief. "So I offered to help," Jenna continued, voice shaking. "I made meals. I reorganized your supplements. I tried to support you however I could." Rex's growl deepened. Jenna looked down. "I added some things to your food." The room spun. "What things?" She took another shaky step backward. "You were so exhausted, Allie. Always dizzy. Always weak. Michael told me you needed help gaining energy, so I added a booster." "What booster?" Her next words felt like a punch to the stomach. Prescription-grade appetite stimulants and energy supplements, strong ones, the kind that suppress blood pressure drops. My breath vanished. You put medication in my food without telling me? It was to help you, she cried. You weren't eating enough, Allie. You looked sick. Michael said. Michael didn't know, I shouted. He would never. Her expression told me he did. My knees weakened. And the casserole, I whispered. She looked away. I gave you a stronger dose today. Rex barked so violently the dish rattled on the stove. Emma started sobbing. Mommy, what does that mean? I pulled her close. It means, I whispered, throat burning, Aunt Jenna gave Mommy something she shouldn't have. Jenna burst into tears. I just wanted you to be okay. I didn't want anything to happen to the baby. You could have killed us both. Her face twisted in anguish. I didn't think it would hurt you. I swear. Rex suddenly stepped forward and barked toward the side window. Hard. Once. Twice. Something outside caught his attention. Jenna froze. Her entire posture changed. Not guilty, not panicked, terrified. She whispered, Allie, don't move. My heart plummeted. What? Rex barked again, deep, frantic. Jenna's voice trembled. Someone is outside. For a second I couldn't breathe. Someone? Outside? The room suddenly felt smaller, darker. The air thickened like something invisible was pressing against the walls. Rex's growl turned into a bark so fierce the windows trembled. I tightened my grip on Emma, feeling her tiny arms squeezing around my neck. Jenna, I whispered, what do you mean someone is outside? Her voice wavered. I saw someone walk past the window when Rex barked. He wasn't barking at the casserole. He sensed. Her throat tightened. He sensed a person. A chill slid down my spine. Rex barked again, moving swiftly toward the hallway like he was tracking footsteps. I followed him just far enough to glimpse the front window. A shadow moved across the lawn. Tall, slow, watching. My heart crashed against my ribs. Lock the doors, I hissed. Jenna sprinted to the front door while I locked the back. Emma clung to my side, trembling. Rex paced between us, ears pinned forward, posture rigid, every muscle primed for danger. Allie, Jenna whispered. I think it's Michael. My blood ran cold. No, Michael's at work, out of state. She shook her head violently. He texted me earlier. I blinked. What? Jenna pulled out her phone with trembling hands. He said he was driving home early. He said he needed to talk to me before he talked to you. My throat tightened. Why would he talk to you first? She swallowed hard. Because he knew you'd be upset about the supplements. He asked me to explain it to you before he got home so you wouldn't overreact. My stomach twisted. So he's the one who told you to put things in my food? Jenna hesitated, then nodded slowly. Yes. Rex barked again, sharp, furious, at the front door. A silhouette lingered behind the frosted glass. Tall, still, too still. Emma cried harder. Mommy? Why is Daddy trying to hide? I froze. Emma? What do you mean? He was outside my window last night, she whispered. He said he dropped his keys and needed to check the yard. He told me not to tell you. My entire body went cold. Michael? Outside the house at night, checking the yard, hiding from me? And Rex had growled at the window twice last night. Not at nothing. At him. A slow knock echoed through the house. Knock, knock, knock. Jenna jumped. Emma buried her face in my shirt. Rex went wild, barking, snarling, body slamming the door as if he might break it open. Allie, Jenna whispered urgently. Don't open it, please. The shadow behind the glass shifted. Allison, a man's voice called. Low, familiar, my legs shook. Michael, but something was wrong. His tone wasn't panicked, wasn't worried. It was controlled, measured. Allie, I know you're in there. Let me in. Rex nearly clawed the door off its hinges. Jenna grabbed my arm. Allie, listen to me. Her whisper was sharp, almost frantic. Michael isn't just stressed. He hasn't been right for months. What are you talking about? She swallowed hard. He didn't tell you because he didn't want to scare you, but he's been taking something. My heart thudded. What? Something? She whispered one word. Stimulants. My hands went numb. What kind of stimulants? Her voice cracked. The kind that make you restless, paranoid, obsessive. Why would he take something like that? He wanted to work extra shifts, Jenna said quickly. The baby is coming soon. You were on leave. He was panicking about money. He said he needed to stay awake, stay sharp, keep going. I shook my head. He's never acted like this. She cut me off. Allie, he hasn't slept more than 2 hours a night for weeks. No, I whispered, remembering the late-night pacing, the sudden outbursts, the dark circles under his eyes. Another knock sounded, harder this time. Allison, open the door. Rex barked so violently he rammed the bottom panel loose. Jenna backed away from the door like she expected it to explode open. Allie, he's not thinking clearly, she whispered. He told me yesterday he felt like someone was watching the house. He said he needed to check the windows. He said, her voice broke. He said he didn't trust you anymore. My breath left my body. He thinks you're hiding things from him. I covered my mouth. No. That's why he asked me to come today, Jenna continued. He said you were weak, distracted, not taking care of yourself, not listening to him. He said you needed help. I felt tears burn down my cheeks. He's outside, I whispered. He's watching us. Rex suddenly stopped barking. He froze, ears forward, head turning slowly. Toward the hallway. A floorboard creaked. Inside the house. My blood turned to ice. That, Jenna whispered, voice trembling. That wasn't the front door. Rex snarled, deep, primal. The knock was a distraction. Someone was already inside. I whispered, Emma, go to Mommy's room, now. She ran. Rex sprinted toward the hallway, barking like the house was on fire. Jenna grabbed my wrist. Allie, don't go. But I pulled free, because I could hear footsteps inside my home. Slow, heavy, unsteady. I reached the corner of the hallway and stopped. Michael stood there, pale, eyes wild, breath ragged. He looked at me like a stranger. Allison, he whispered, and Rex positioned himself between us, ready to attack. Michael's eyes were bloodshot, not tired, unhinged. His breaths came sharp, uneven, like he'd sprinted a mile, or like his nerves were frying from the inside out. Michael, I whispered, you're scaring us. He took one shaky step forward. Rex stepped closer to me, blocking my body with his entire frame. Move the dog, Michael said, voice trembling. Please, I just need to talk. But Rex didn't move. He growled, low, steady, protective, never taking his eyes off Michael. Michael, I said slowly, why did you come through the side of the house? He blinked hard. I thought someone was breaking in. I heard noises. I saw shadows. I thought Jenna was in danger. Jenna stepped behind me, voice trembling. Michael, you weren't supposed to come yet. He turned sharply toward her. You told her? His voice cracked, anger slicing through it. You told Allison about the supplements? She flinched. I couldn't keep lying. Rex freaked out. Allie got scared. I told you she wouldn't understand. He snapped, hands shaking. She never listens. She never believes me. I'm the only one trying to keep this family together. Something inside me shattered. Michael, you broke into our house. He froze. For a moment, the reality of it washed over his face. Shame, confusion, fear. I didn't break in, he whispered, shaking his head. I lost my keys. I dropped them last night. I heard something in the yard. I thought someone was watching us. His voice fractured. Someone is watching us, Allie. I feel it all the time. Every night. Jenna swallowed. Michael, this is the stimulants. You haven't slept in weeks. You're spiraling. His expression twisted. No. This is real. I saw a figure outside last night. I swear I did. He took another unsteady step toward me. Rex exploded. His bark shook the entire hallway. Michael stumbled back, startled. Allison, he whispered, please, don't let him hurt me. I exhaled shakily. He's not going to hurt anyone unless he needs to. Rex didn't snarl. He stood calmly, confidently between us. He wasn't reacting out of aggression. He was reacting out of clarity. Michael slowly lifted both hands. I just want to talk, he murmured, voice cracking. I'm tired, Allie. I'm so tired. I I don't know what's real anymore. The confession hit me hard, but then his gaze drifted to the kitchen, to the half-eaten casserole on the counter, to the mess on the floor. His face twisted. "What did you two do?" he rasped, pointing at Jenna. I pulled Emma closer. "Michael, listen to me. Jenna put unprescribed medication in my food. Strong medication? I could have miscarried." He blinked. "What? No, Jenna would never—" "She admitted it," I said. "Because you asked her to." He shook his head violently. No, 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 this isn't how this was supposed to go." He pressed his palms to his temples, squeezing his eyes shut. "I just wanted to help. Everyone kept saying you looked exhausted, and I was working so much, and Jenna said she knew what to do." I felt my chest tighten. "Michael, you should have talked to me." He opened his eyes. "I couldn't. You were always tired, always stressed. I didn't want to make you feel worse. I thought—" His voice cracked. "I thought I was doing the right thing." Rex slowly lowered his growl. He stepped closer to Michael, not attacking, just watching. He could sense the shift. Michael wasn't a threat anymore. He was breaking, right in front of me. Suddenly, 3 loud knocks hit the front door. "Sheriff's Department!" My heart leapt. "Yes!" I shouted back. "We're inside." Rex sprinted to the door, barking alert, not aggressive. Officers rushed in, guns holstered, hands open, calm but ready. "Ma'am, we got a call about possible forced entry." I pointed at Michael. "He came through the side of the house. He's not well." Michael sank to his knees, hands in his hair. I'm not trying to hurt anyone," he stammered. I just messed everything up." One officer approached cautiously. "Sir, we're going to get you checked out. You're not under arrest. We just need to make sure you're safe." Michael didn't resist. He let them help him to his feet. He looked at me with eyes full of regret. "Allie, I'm sorry." My throat tightened. "I know," I whispered, "and we'll figure this out. But right now, you need help." He nodded weakly as paramedics escorted him outside. When the door finally closed, the house fell silent. Jenna stood near the wall, shaking. Emma hugged my waist, whimpering softly. And Rex. Rex sat right in the middle of the hallway, chest high, breathing steady. Like the storm had passed, and he was the anchor holding us all together. I walked to him and knelt down. He nudged his head into my shoulder and let out a long breath, the kind dogs give after staying tense for too long. "You saved us," I whispered, voice breaking. "You protected us from things we didn't even see coming." Rex licked my cheek gently. Jenna wiped her tears. "Allie, I'm so sorry," she said quietly. "I swear I thought I was helping. I never wanted to hurt you." I stared at her. "Then why hide it?" She had no answer. "I'll take responsibility," she said finally, "for everything." And for once, Jenna didn't look like the perfect sister-in-law. She looked human, flawed, afraid. I exhaled slowly. "We'll figure it out," I said. "But no more secrets, not between any of us." She nodded. Rex nudged my hand again. He wasn't just comforting me. He was reminding me. He had warned me from the beginning. He saw what no one else did. He always does. Michael entered treatment for stimulant abuse. Doctors said he was in a dangerous spiral, and Rex's reaction may have prevented a tragedy in our home. Jenna faced legal consequences for giving me unprescribed medication, but I chose not to press full charges. We agreed she would stay away until therapy helped her understand boundaries. My pregnancy stabilized, Emma healed, and our home slowly became peaceful again. One evening, I brought Rex to the backyard, the sun painting gold over his fur. "You knew," I whispered. "Before any of us did." He wagged his tail softly. "Because this was Rex, the dog who sensed danger in silence, the dog who protected a family drowning in secrets, the dog who saved my life, twice, and the dog who clawed open a kitchen door to reveal the truth."